Hey guys, and welcome to another Tactical Sheep video, and today I will be telling you the 5 ways indie games are better than AAA titles. And I'm not saying I prefer indie games, it's just that I thought it would be a fun video to do. First off, indie games are overall more unique. Think about it, how many games can you play as a dude with a purple hand sticking out of his head, or two animals who at the end of the level turn into a green dragon? Indie games have always been known for being creative within mechanics and story. They always bring something new to the table. This leads nicely on to my second point. There is more variety of indie games like retro, horror, even turn-based RPGs where the protagonist is a redhead with a talking sword, and that's just to list a few. Indie games come in all shapes and sizes. You are not just playing the same generic shooter, and I'm not saying all AAA games are generic. It's just lately the majority of AAA titles are action-based. Here's a short list of the ones that are still to come out this year: Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefront, Mad Max, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Black Ops 3, Fallout 4, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Hitman, Just Cause 3, Halo 5, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. And I think that covers about 5% of them. My next point is that indie games are a lot cheaper than AAA games. You will often find yourself paying up to £60 for the big mainstream FPS, while an indie game has the same amount of entertainment for a much cheaper price. The price for these games is usually between £10 and £20, and you will never find yourself paying more than £30 for any indie game, and if you are, you will get ripped off. Also, indie games are a lot more experimental with their game mechanics. This can pay off like it did with Shovel Knight, or it can go horribly wrong. But if you think about it, it's like trial and error, so there may be a lot of crappy indie games, but that's a small price to pay, so we get games like Rogue Legacy or Transistor. Games that have experimented to give us the best experience possible. Have I mentioned that Transistor has a talking sword in it? My final point is that indie games are more beautiful as a whole, and I don't mean as in high resolution, I mean as in art. Think about it: Journey, Entwined, Flower, that's just a few examples of beautiful games that could be considered works of art. And whoever said video games cannot be art has clearly never played one of these games I've just mentioned. Indie games have a large variety of different and unique art styles, while AAA titles seem to follow one art style. That's all from me. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and maybe even consider subscribing. Thanks for watching and see you next time.